Celebrating our 1-year anniversary on YouTube. This is where it all started. Old home day, coming back home, homecoming if you will, and even if you won't. We are driving around Scottsdale. Gonna head over towards Arizona State University. Got the Sun Devils against Washington State today. We're just gonna check that out. We're not going to the game. And we're gonna check out some of the original places that we went to in Arizona when we started our YouTube channel, along with Casino Arizona. So that's all coming up here. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, let somebody know what you do and what we do here on this channel. Coming up on our 1-year anniversary as of the 4th of November. We started 2020, it's now 2021. Pretty excited about that and appreciate all y'all being a part of it. Live in the morning this time. Typically we do our night times in Arizona, I'm sorry, in, what's that place called? Nevada. Hey, excellent dude, how you doing? Yeah, up and early. I'm gonna do a little tour of Scottsdale, Tempe, Casino, Arizona. This is where it all started. So about a year ago, would spend some time sitting at ponds, watching the birds fly, doing tours of the different baseball parks for spring training. We would travel to different universities, different areas around Arizona. Sometimes the moon would be over the, what's that called? Camelback Mountain. Just take a picture of that, do a quick video. Anything and everything to get the channel going. And then eventually found our way to Las Vegas and gaming and live on the strip, those kinds of things. So this one won't be a Las Vegas strip in the morning or Las Vegas at night. That'll be coming tonight. I'll actually be back in Vegas tonight, and we'll be back on Fremont Street or the strip tonight, depending on where we end up. Tomorrow night, of course, is Halloween 2021. For those of you watching this in 2087, we used to do a thing called Halloween in a country called the United States of America. And it's where people would dress up in costumes and people would give them candy unsolicited. Sometimes you have to solicit it. You'd knock on a door, you'd ring a doorbell, and things like that. Rustler's Roost is still around, I believe. It's at the South Mountain Point property back in the day, which is now called the Arizona Grand Resort. But I used to DJ at the sports club at the South Mountain Point, and my wife worked at Rustler's Roost. It's a good time back in the day. It was back in the 90s. Remember the 90s? I'm sorry, I should clear that up. The 1990s, if you're watching this in the 2110s. YouTube lives on forever. That's why we, excuse me, little pollen in the air here. That's why we talk to the future as well, because we want these to live on forever. You never know what Arizona will look like in the future, so we like to document what it is. We like to document Nevada. I did a 2-hour and 20-minute video, which I can't figure out how to upload now, but it's from leaving Phoenix and driving all the way to Kingman through the mountains. And I will get that on one of my channels where you can just see what it's like to drive through the mountains of Arizona. I do it every weekend, and it's a lot of fun. I can almost do it in my sleep now, which I wouldn't recommend. This is Indian School Road. This is the road that would take you to the original Indian school that was created in Arizona back 100 years ago or so. And they would truck the Native American children over here to educate them, which today's world definitely would not do well. However, now they've got land. Okay, lady, see I had a turn lane there, but you just keep walking. Thank you. Holy crap. I would have killed her if I would have just followed the green light there. So if you have your earbuds in and you're walking on the streets in Scottsdale, pay attention to these walk, don't walk signs. Tons of people in Scottsdale. This is a great vacation town, a great resort town, horrible for traffic, and do not exceed the speed limit by even 1 mile per hour. They've got secret cameras and recording trucks and Gestapo-like tactics here in Scottsdale for traffic. Paradise Valley's the same way. Tempe, not so much, but still beautiful in the wintertime. If you're in a cold weather state right now watching, this is about 65 degrees. It's gonna get up to the mid 80s today in the end of October. There's dust in the air. There is different pollens, different things here that allergies do rage at times. I can feel mine right now. Haven't had it since I've been up in Nevada, but every time I come back for the weekend, I can kind of feel it. The road we're turning on will be Scottsdale Road. It runs north and south. It was the main thoroughfare in Scottsdale until they put in a bunch of freeways. But this is where all the shops are. Old Town Scottsdale, 5th Avenue in Scottsdale, famous area for shopping. Beautiful in the morning time. Got a lot of bars and restaurants and things going on here at nighttime. Old brick buildings, a lot of collectibles, a lot of antiques. There's Native American artwork. There's American artwork. There's European artwork from around the world, all kinds of galleries and antique stores. Scottsdale used to be known for the median age of dead, but now it's, again, go ahead and just cross on the red. You're fine. You go right ahead. Wow. Good morning. How you doing? Helen, it looks like. And I apologize because I don't have my glasses on as I'm driving. Good to have you here. It's a morning live that we're doing where we started our channel in Arizona, now based out of Las Vegas. Oh, that pollen, excuse me. Good to have you here. We're going to do a quick trip through Scottsdale. I'm going to drive a little bit through Tempe, where Arizona State will be playing at noon today. I got to believe all the barricades are up and the traffic routing. It's going to be a mess, but that's typically what Arizona State is like. Was an attendee, I'll just use that word, at Arizona State back in the 80s. Then I actually went to college somewhere else. Great school, a lot of fun. It's where I learned that most people at Arizona State at that time were from Illinois or Texas. You got out of the cold weather in Illinois, or you want to come over from Texas for some reason. And of course, all the Arizonans. With the sunshine, I may not be able to get all the chats today, but that's okay. We'll do our best. If the camera fries, because the sun is very hot, it'll shut off. Let's see. Maybe a little too much fun, exactly. Well, again, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. We will leave it at that. I did DJ at a nightclub across the river from ASU for a few years, and that was a lot of fun. That was pretty much my vocation at the time. I also was a sportscaster. I did a lot of announcing for Arizona State University sports, worked for a local radio station, and traveled quite a bit in summer times up to Alaska, all those things. College life, exactly. AG Jordan, how you doing? Ah, look at this road. I'm not paying attention. I almost ran into all these sticks here. I'd be a perfect Arizona driver if I would have done that. When we first moved here in 1982-ish, 81-ish, 82-ish, the family came down before I did. I finished some stuff up in Alaska before I came down. But there was actually a break between Phoenix and Tempe at that time. You could actually drive through some desert if you went between Phoenix and Tempe. And maybe there was 40% of Tempe hadn't been built up yet. Arizona State was probably only about 35,000 students. It's probably close to 100,000 now. If you put all campuses, it's way more than that. But it was a lot of fun. Got to go to a lot of sporting events. Did baseball, basketball, the track and field sports. My first time working for a major network was with ESPN during a baseball regionals for Arizona State University. Was not an announcer at that time. I did the trailer where I actually tracked balls and strikes and the score. I was the scoreboard guy on air, and I would push buttons and change things depending on the game progression, and that was pretty cool. Then when I was at University of Hawaii, we did some more stuff. I'm not sure. I think it was CBS. It wasn't ESPN, where I got to work with Jimmy Cephalo and some other announcers for the Pro Bowl, where I was the spotter for the announcers, and our job was to point out who did the play, use hand signals for applying pressure, making the stop, tackle, that kind of a thing, so the announcers could feel like they were watching the game and doing what they were doing. Last time I was in Arizona was, wow, a while ago. The sun is very bright here, so the reading the chat may or may not be easy. I apologize if I miss it. I'll say that one more time after this for anyone else that gets on. Just a leisurely drive through Arizona right now. We're in Scottsdale on our way to Tempe. Then we'll end up at Casino, Arizona, where I started most of my early videos, and we will play some Keno in there. I'll show you how we got in, how we snuck the camera in, where we would go to, and how we would play so we wouldn't get caught. Did get asked to leave a few times, but I wasn't being very good at a video guy at that time. Start walking around with your camera out, showing people's gaming, they get onto you real quick. Good morning, how you doing? The Oren King, good to have you here. We're live in Arizona. This is where the channel started, so we've come back to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. And just kind of a quick look at the things that I did back then. We would do a little drive like this at night. Check out the bars in Scottsdale and the action on Mill Avenue in Tempe. You put 5,000 on Red Roulette. How'd that work out for you? Hopefully it worked. But this is how we would do our videos back then. We would use Streamlabs and Prism to go live because YouTube wouldn't allow us on with less than 1,000 subscribers. And it was a good time, a lot of fun. Sometimes we go 3.5 hours even as we tried to build the channel. So I'm being rerouted here. There's always construction, like almost like Nevada. But this one, they've got the entire street intersection shut down. Look at all these apartments going in. Like anywhere else, housing's an issue. It went great? Cool. You won, even better. Outstanding. Wow. Fantastic. Congratulations. Any victory against the casino, that's a win. The Mcdowell Mountains up here and Papago Park in the area here. Great places for hiking, biking, trailing. If you're an outdoors person, Arizona's fantastic for that. Thank you, Helen, for the congratulations. I appreciate it. It's been a struggle. There's been times when I wanted to give up like everybody else in our little YouTube content provider chat rooms or hanging out with excellent dude and folks and it's JBTV, that you get discouraged at times because you go out and you put out your best video and you think it's the greatest thing you've ever done and you get 47 views. And you scratch your head and go, what am I even doing here? Then you put out a 15-second clip of an alarm going off in a hotel and you get 5,000 views. Right now, the weather in Arizona, we're looking at about 67 degrees with a high temperature today of about 83. A light breeze coming out of the south with no clouds in the sky. A beautiful day for college football. Get out there early, tailgate, bring a friend. No need for an umbrella today, but maybe a light jacket tonight as temperatures will drop back down into the 60s. Back to you, Bob. Sorry. I do my weather thing. We're headed west towards Phoenix. When we go over this rise up here, you'll see downtown Phoenix and all the skyscrapers off in the distance. Central Avenue used to have all the skyscrapers. We would drive it out of Alaska. I'd never really seen a skyscraper. And so I would just drive up and down. I would drive up and down Central just to check out the buildings. I used to jump on the freeway back in 1982 just to drive on a freeway. Actually, I used to do the weather on KTVF TV in Alaska, and it was real easy up there because a chance of snow every day. Even in the summertime, I'd always put a chance of snow out. We'd have a lot of tourists that came in from Iowa, Midwest, New York, all the different places. They'd save their money for their whole life. They'd come to Alaska, and then I would do the news report the night before they'd go out and just say, hey, there's a 3.7% chance of snow, even if it was gonna be 70 degrees, just so I could see them walking around with a jacket. It was a little thing I did. Huge sports park to the right. They're still building that. That's gonna be great for spring training or just massive sports activities here in Arizona, especially during the slowdown and shutdowns. Everyone came to Arizona to do their sporting events. California folks came over here quite a bit. So these big red rock mountains, these are the Mcdowell Mountains. And as you go over the mountain here, you'll see Phoenix and Sky Harbor Airport. Beautiful view. I'm sold on Arizona. I love Arizona. I'm just an Arizona guy. Growing up in Alaska, Arizona was the exact opposite and perfect for me. Look at that. There's Phoenix off in the distance. You can see Bank One Ballpark. I'm not sure what they call it these days. The old Bob. You can see the cluster on the left of large buildings, and there's more on the right. And there's nothing in the center part there for whatever reason. But they're adding more. There's so much construction going on here. Of course, Sky Harbor Airport. We're going to make a left-hand turn, go by Sky Harbor, jump back on the freeway and drive by Tempe. There's the lake area, and then there's the area where Arizona State football is played, and we're going to see how busy it is. Anyone's ever flown in and out of Sky Harbor? At one point, I believe it was the 4th busiest airport in the country, if not the world. Not sure where it ranks now. Tree here on the left, that's a Palo Verde tree, always green. Israel, how you doing, man? Sorry to make you homesick. My buddy Israel. Met here in Arizona, met here in Scottsdale back in the day, almost a year and a half ago. Great guy, now out in the great state of Texas. Hopefully things are going well for you all out there. This is 52nd Street and McDowell. We're starting to cross over into the quote-unquote city. There used to be a theme park and a bunch of stuff in the area. The zoo's right over here, but now a lot of that stuff's gone. I forget if it was called Frontier Village or something, but I actually went there to see Pat Benatar in concert. I appreciate it. I appreciate the confidence and the vote of 1 million subs. I'd like to get there someday. I'd like to get to 2,000 first, then the 5,000, then the million. We'll do it that way, 2, 5, and then a million. But I saw the Pat Benatar concert in the parking lot. I thought you just pull up and go to a concert. I was really naive coming out of Alaska, and I ended up having to listen to it in the parking lot. It was spectacular. So then at Arizona State, I got with the Student Employment Office, and I volunteered to do security for $5 an hour sometimes at a lot of concerts that they put on. So I got to see some awesome concerts working as quote-unquote security, even though I spent most of my time watching the concert. I saw Joe Walsh, Stevie Nicks, Kenny Loggins, Billy Joel, on and on and on. Steppenwolf, that was a good one. Didn't go see Rolling Stones on with their 3rd farewell tour. I think they've done 16 of them now. I think it was their 3rd farewell tour. Saw Ozzy, saw Scorpions, Autograph. They had one song out at the time. Def Leppard, Stevie Nicks a couple times. She's from here. A lot of charity stuff. A lot of fun. It's good times. Oh yeah, and I went to college. I went to school. I went to classes, I think. If my parents are watching, yeah, I went to classes. I did real well. GPA, they didn't have those back then. Sky Harbor Airport. I couldn't read that last one. I apologize. State Route 143 will get us towards Sky Harbor. We'll jump back on the 202 and we'll head past Tempe. We're on our way to Casino, Arizona. Excellent, dude. I will admit that yes, I did go to classes. I was in a business class where we didn't have actual names, I guess. I was student 647 is what they referred to me as. It was huge, about 1,000 students in the class. And at that point, we were doing stock market, and the stock market was just about to hit 1,000 for the Dow Jones. Can you imagine that? It was going to break 1,000. And so we had to do some research on the stock market. They gave us $1 million fake dollars to invest. I ended up, after my 4-week period, at $1,500,000. And I got a D because they graded on a curve. And what they were teaching everyone was go with the crazy investments, take all the risk you can with other people's money, and make yourself $1 billion. Forget doing it the right way, and then you'll get an A in class. So didn't quite understand that. I'm sure it's a great tactic, and for those of you in crypto and other stuff, it probably worked out real well. For me, I found a way to turn money into nothing. I can get a great tax write-off every year. Yeah, I know. Honk your horn and blink your lights at me. Let's see here. Got the sunshine in my eyes. I apologize, I can't see it. I went the wrong way on the freeway here, so we'll have to do a U-turn. Okay. Coin, yeah. Again, as we do stuff like this, I apologize that I can't see the actual chat, so chat nicely amongst yourself and moderators. Of course, you're 100% in charge. The most democratic of all YouTube channels, where everyone be nice, support each other, celebrate each other. Don't be a knucklehead. Knuckleheads get dumped right away. We don't apologize for that up front. We let everybody know. Try to give the rules out. This is for fun. It's an escape of reality in the sense that there's so much negative news, so much stuff going on out there. Who wants to deal with it? Let's have some fun. Let's do some Vegas stuff. We're here in Arizona today. 32nd Street. I'll drop down here, go under the bridge, jump back on, and head towards Tempe. I lived here off and on since the 80s, and I just made a mistake on a freeway. How about that? Must be the age. If Israel was here, we'd probably be heading over to a Rudy's barbecue for lunch today. Love going to Rudy's. Rudy's out of Texas. They've got some here in Arizona. Spectacular. They also have, interestingly enough, many branches of Alaska USA Federal Credit Union here. I was one of the early Alaska USA guys back in 1979 or 80, and for years I'd have to mail deposits and all that kind of stuff up there. Now they have branches in Arizona. Don't have my account anymore. I let it die. Probably shouldn't have. I only had a 6-number account number at the time. I think they're like 18 numbers now. We may lose signal briefly under this huge bridge, so don't go away. Arizona, like Nevada, huge homeless issue. A lot of people come here because of the weather. There are support services, but nowhere near the level that you would hope and expect for in a major city like this, major group of cities. Absolutely no chance to read chat right now with the sun directly in my eyes. I apologize again. Beautiful plants and wildlife. I love we call it the Mexican bird of paradise, which is different than the Pacific bird of paradise plant. If we get a chance, I'll show you the difference. The cactus, the yucca, the aloe vera that grows wild, sage, rosemary. Those of you that pay $4 for a little shaker of rosemary in your store back east or up north or in Canada or whatever it is, it grows wild here. You can grow them in your house, in your backyard, on your porch. I know there's like 5 or 6 resorts here that have them as decoration. And if I'm going to do a rosemary potato dish or something like that, I'll just go grab a couple of sprigs. It is fresh. It's delicious. My first winter in Arizona was in 1982-83, and I remember in February of 1983 calling some friends up in Fairbanks just to say, hey, how you doing? Miss you guys. What's your temperature? They said it was 47 below zero, and I couldn't wait to tell them what my temperature was, but they never asked. And so I finally said, you want to know what my temperature is? And they, all right, whatever. And I said, it's 62 degrees, and I just made lemonade from the trees in my backyard. Hello? Hello? Never spoke to them again. I don't know if it was offensive to them or they thought I was rubbing it in, because I was. But you know, the folks in Alaska are so set on the fact that they are pioneers, 49th state, the last frontier. It's so cool to be frozen all the time. And it was until I realized that everything else existed. I thought things like Arizona and Hawaii and California were just stuff in the movies and on TV until I got out of Alaska and started traveling. I love Alaska. I love Fairbanks. I love Anchorage. I love the mountains. Love everything about it. But you know, like a lot of things, we were just kind of taught that this was it. And until we actually got internet and cable, and our first cable TV was in 1981, and we got a thing called HBO, and oh my gosh, did it change our world. Because back then there was 2 TV stations, and NBC and CBS, NBC was one channel, then CBS and ABC were combined on another channel. That's how small it was. When we first moved up there, the Super Bowl and the Tonight Show and all that had to come up by truck, and we would watch the Super Bowl live 3 months after the game. Grew up on powdered milk, government cheese, and of course all the fresh salmon you could eat. They're pulling salmon out of the rivers and giving them away. They'd have things called fish wheels that just float in the water. I believe that's the Orion King indicated your grandma just passed on. I'm very sorry about that. Wow. That's very sad. Sorry to hear that. Turning towards the sun here. I apologize if it burns out your eyes. I'm going to tilt the phone down a little bit as we're headed towards Tempe. You can see all the buildings in Tempe now. That's Arizona State, and a lot of great companies are there. There's many of the company brands that you know of and use every day right here. Their main offices, a lot of insurance companies, but it's right here. There's a river that's the Salt River that's turned into a lake here. I apologize, I can't read anymore right now with the sun directly in my eyes. Pulling over to the right here, we're gonna get as close as we can to the lake in front of Arizona State. This is where West Airlines was. Yeah, U-Haul's out of here, exactly. Best Western. West Airlines started here in the 80s, became US Air, and now it's part of American. There's a Tempe Improv. I don't think it was the first one, though. I remember when they built that. Student housing. We used to live on the border of Tempe and Mesa, so I would commute to and from school. I spent plenty of times hanging out with people at their dorms and apartments. Oh yeah, and I went to class. I went to a lot of class. I did class. There's the lake in front of the stadium and in front of all the downtown buildings. You can rent paddle boats. Good time, beautiful place. I'm gonna make a right and go towards Arizona State. I don't see it backed up on the bridge yet. We'll see how much we can drive around, and then we'll head over towards Casino, Arizona. Again, this is celebrating 1-year anniversary of the channel. This is where it started back on November 4th of 2020 in Arizona. Class, what's that? Exactly. I won't tell the story. I'll tell a story in the future. How I got a lot of my work done. We would do study groups. That's what it was. It was study groups. And sometimes one person would take notes and sometimes someone else would take notes. And then we get together and study or help people write their papers and things back in the day. I think it's okay. It's been a few years. None of the sports people that were involved in that would have any chance of losing their NCAA eligibility and or professional eligibility at this time. But I will go to my grave with that one. Thank you for the congratulations on the 1 year. I appreciate it, Ron. Ron Parks, honestly, thank you. Early on, you supported the channel. You were a first guy to jump in and really fire me up. So thank you for your support too. Very, very much important to the success of the channel. So I appreciate that. Over here on the right, Packard Stadium. This is where I used to announce baseball for Arizona State University. This is when Barry Bonds went here. People like Mike Buccino, Mark McGuire would come through from other teams. Corey Snyder from BYU. Guys that went on to huge major league careers all came through here. O.W. McDowell went for the Texas Rangers and a bunch of teams. And I did the announcing right here at Packard Stadium. I was the backup to Jeff Munn, who is the guy in Phoenix now. If you go to any stadium or any kind of announcing thing and you hear this golden tone, it's Jeff Munn. And he was very gracious and trained me in, allowed me to do a lot of work, a lot of backup work. But that's no longer the stadium. Good morning, it's JBTV. How you doing? This is no longer where ASU plays. They actually play at Phoenix Municipal Stadium. And they're tearing all this stuff down to make more housing and more student dorms and more classrooms, I guess. But you can see tons of stuff being built here that if you've been here before, none of this was here. To the left is the indoor practice facility that's used in the summertime. It's so hot in Arizona when they start doing 2-a-days for football or band practice, they use that igloo style tent right there because they have to keep the air conditioner on so strong so that people don't pass out, die, whatever it is that happens when you play football in 115-degree temperatures. I got a little screen here. If you want to chime in real quick, I can see who's in the chat. I appreciate it. Good morning from Maui, Hawaii. Aloha. How you doing? I've been to Maui. I love Maui. I was with Aloha Holidays back in the 80s, and we did some optional tours out in Maui. Those domes are common for winter conditions in Canada. Yeah, exactly. That's why we call them igloos in Alaska. Hey, just go build an igloo and we'll go inside there. Tailgating fully underway with $40 parking. Used to go to the Arizona State games. I'd hang outside. I never bought a ticket to any sporting event. I never had to as an announcer or a sports guy. I would always get free tickets, so I would never, even if I didn't have a free ticket, I'd just wait outside till they opened the gate. And in one game, I believe it was Jeff Van Raphorst against John Elway. And going late into the game, about 3 minutes left, they finally opened the gate. And in the last 3 minutes of that game, there was about 28 or 31 scoring points as both quarterbacks just unleashed ungodly passes, 50-yard, 60-yard passes, 40-yard passes, and just score after score after score. It's the most exciting 3 minutes in football. I'm not sure if there's any video of it anywhere. I'm sure the stats are out there, and I'm probably exaggerating them. But based on what I saw, Elway would get the ball, 2 passes, touchdown. Van Raphorst gets the ball, 3 passes, touchdown. Elway gets the ball, 1 pass, touchdown. Most amazing game I ever saw in college football, up close and personal. Texas A&M, the 72-74 game. I was actually in College Station managing a hotel when that game happened, if that's what you were saying. I couldn't read the chat, but I'm guessing that's what it was. That was a spectacular game. We actually displayed a commemorative football signed by the team at our hotel there. Lemon Street. A lot of stuff goes on Lemon Street. Manzanita dorms have been torn down and they've got some new stuff here. Wow. It's called 922 Place. Wow. Spent a lot of time there. Crossing over into Tempe normal here, just the regular part of Tempe away from the university. We'll make a left on, I believe it's Broadway up here. Used to drive these streets all the time. There's some baseball card shops down here I'd frequent in the 90s, both buying and selling. I try to catch that. Traffic. That was my squeaky sound. I didn't want to get hit. Today we're using the rental car, courtesy of the gentleman who struck me in his vehicle. So I appreciate that. Brian, how you doing? From the Bronx. This is about as opposite the Bronx as you can get here in Arizona. Spent 3 months, as I mentioned, in Jamaica, Queens, and I can personally attest to the fact that you can't get any further opposite from New York than you can in Arizona. Why are people saying there are going to be clowns today? I don't know. Is today Clown Day, the day before Halloween? Is the clown lobby rallying for the clown activities and clown issues that aren't being addressed in the Congress? Maybe there's a clown revolt. Maybe we can't call them clowns anymore. We have to call them make-up people. I'm not sure these days. I don't want to get into all that. The clowns can do what the clowns want to do. I'm pro-clown, very pro-clown, except if you're afraid of clowns, and of course I'm on the fence. It's a clown purge. There's no clown purge. Clowns will be with us forever. How else are we going to learn how to buy hamburgers? We're going to drive by the house that is my second home, I believe, or third home in my life. Maybe my fourth home. I didn't remember early on. Here in Tempe on our way to Casino, Arizona. That's our ultimate goal here today. It's where the channel started. Helen, if this is your first time, get ready. It's a lot of fun. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back, then you know what to expect. Sometimes we have no idea what to expect. I'm almost done editing the original video from the other night on Fremont Street when the guy accused me of being a cop. Oh, you used to live in Mesa? Cool. It's awesome except for the 2 months of the year when you melt when you get in your car. 2003, we came to a Diamondbacks game, and it was 123 degrees outside. I caught pneumonia inside because we sat under an air conditioning unit. And when we got outside, we opened the door of the car to let it cool down to about 150 before we all got in and started the air conditioner. It had to be well over 200, but we had a thermometer that had frozen at the highest point it could get to in the car because it was so hot. Then in the wintertime, you just can't beat it here. You have a good friend that's a clown? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I can honestly say I've worn clown makeup in my past. So I guess it's like anything. Once you've been clown, you can't go back. But I changed my ways. I decided that wasn't for me. I had an adverse reaction to the facial makeup and the nose. I just couldn't keep the nose on. My ethnicity isn't predisposed to clown nosing. Lock your doors and stay safe. The clown purge. Oh, crazy homeless people here in Arizona too. Awesome. Coming up on the loop 101 or 202? 101. None of these loops were here when we lived here. In fact, the area that is right up here on the right is behind where I lived when I first moved to Arizona. And it was a farm for palm trees. And there was just Price Road, went north and south here, and it was a deadly road. Buzzy is a clown? I didn't read all of that. I'm just hoping it said Buzzy was a clown. Buzzy was a clown. I'll never get that out of my head. Coming up here to Cottonwood, we'll make a right and go into our neighborhood. None of this was here. This was all just desert, except for the housing. This building right in front of us here to the right wasn't here. This was actually where there was a palm tree that got hit by lightning, and for years this dead palm tree was there. Coming out of Alaska, where we lived in small houses and tried not to die in the wintertime, this house, the first one right here, is where we ended up. And I can't thank my parents enough for finding the ability to get a place like this. But this is back in the 80s, so this has lived on since the 80s. You can see it's been adjusted and changed, and we put an addition on, or we being my parents, into the back to add more space to it. Had a swimming pool, which was unheard of in Alaska. You'd have an above ground pool that turned into an ice rink in the wintertime. And this is our quiet little neighborhood, and Mesa is just on the other side of this canal that's over here directly in front of us, but there's houses there now. Sorry if that all made you nauseous. And then the first trade school that I ever went to see if I wanted to go to school was called Lamson College across the street here. And oh my goodness, didn't go. It was one of those scam colleges. I thought I could get a quick business degree from Lamson College and make it big in the world. So instead I went to ASU. Let's see, what is the clown purge people are making up? I think clowns are people too, and I mean that you know, non-genetically. Clowns have every right to do whatever they do the same way as mimes. I mean, even though people are anti-mime, I'm pro-mime, but you never hear from the mime lobby. Yes, that was a joke. Thank you. I'm here all week. We're gonna do a flippity-floppity here, get back on the freeway and head down towards Casino, Arizona, and show you where it all started. Like a good Arizona driver, I'm cutting in front of that guy who's coming really fast. The clown posse coming out tonight. They're insane. Well, tonight is the Saturday night of Halloween, so we will be back in Las Vegas tonight. Yes, I'm nuts. I drove down yesterday, the 6-hour drive, and I will be driving back the 6-hour drive today. And we will be live, most likely on Fremont Street. That's where there's already people clowning around. But we will definitely be there to bring you the action. And then tomorrow night, 5:30 to 7:30, April Brucker will be with me in front of the English Hotel. We will have Dwayne Newton with her, and we'll be there for 2 hours handing out snacks and waters. Got the Game King out for free play. Come on down. We have some Todd English sunglasses, and the English Hotel face mask we'll be giving away, and just having a lot of fun like we did a couple weeks ago. And we'll have Dwayne Newton as one of April Brucker's characters. He'll be live with us in front of the English Hotel at 921 South Main Street tomorrow from 5:30 to 7:30. Of course, the Beer District Brewery across the street will be open till 6 or later, depending on how many people show up from our thing. Then after that, we will regroup, and then we will head over to the Strip probably for actual Halloween. Someone said wait. Am I supposed to pull over and wait, or you're saying wait? Sorry, you don't get the inflection. In 2016, there was a clown purge, and it was called a clown invasion. Or there was a clown invasion. I don't know which side of the clown issue I'm on right now. There's been so much clown talk here today. For the longest time, I thought I knew what the clowns were all about. But now I have to question my clown knowledge. This is northbound on 101. I would drive this back and forth back in the spring to and from work. A little early to be drinking? What, 5:30 or right now? It is a Saturday and there are sports, so not sure. Beautiful views here. This is straight north towards the northern Scottsdale area. Fountain Hills. Weekapaw Casino is up to the right, up in those mountains at the Mcdowell Indian Reservation. Where we're heading on to right now is, I believe, the Salt River, Maricopa, and Pima Indian Reservation, or the Indian community now. And back in the day, there wasn't a lot of development here, but they've done a great job putting in malls, and the Scottsdale Community College is here, housing, business, industry. I'm sure they're getting a boatload for the rental of the land for the freeway, and doing well with the casinos, and it's just fantastic to see. I mean, it's amazing that just, 40 short years ago when I was here, this place was desolate, much like it was probably in the 30s and the 40s and 50s. They were coming out of it and working really hard, and it was just great to see the indigenous folks, the people from this area, or the people that got moved here, able to do what they've done since then. Growing up in Alaska, native cultures are very important to me. And this is why I think number 70 and I get along real well, because he brings Native American culture, dance, and stuff like that along on YouTube that really isn't prevalent here. But there's so many different cultures and people that nobody knows about, and their stuff, their lifestyles, the things that they did is just intriguing to me. The Inupiat language was developed in the 1970s up in Alaska. They had to write it down. There was never a written language. And while we were in Alaska, that was one of the projects, is to write down the Inupiat language. I mean, that's how indigenous, for lack of another term, it was. They hunt and for subsistence. My father was in a meeting one time with a corporation he worked for that was part of a native corporation set up after the lawsuits in '71 against the federal government. And during one of the meetings, a siren went off and everybody got up and left. And when he said, "What's going on?" Well, the ice had broken and they went out and got a whale. It was their time to go get their whale. So, these are guys running a multi-billion-dollar industry, but as soon as whaling season started, that's all that mattered, and it was fantastic. So about a week and a half later, they got their catch, and he went back up and they finished their meetings. There's a big difference between a Native American or Native culture, regardless of what country, harvesting a whale to live on, versus a country going out with big harpoons and massive fleets harvesting whales. That I don't believe in. There's no need for that, but certainly subsistence hunting, I'm a big proponent of that. If I was to be political and in Alaska right now, I'd be pro-subsistence. But since I'm in Arizona, I'm pro-casino, and that's where we're at. This is the Casino Arizona. This is where it all started. We spent most of our time here. One thing about Arizona that we talk about is you don't need to park the closest to the casino, but you need to park in shade. So you drive around the parking lot till you find a shaded spot, no matter how far away it is, and you take it. That's a big part of Arizona. Bear with me here as we get parked. I'm gonna get a mask just in case. Let's see here, I'm gonna catch up on a couple of chats before we go in. Let's see. Northern Lights visible quite south tonight. Cool, weather permitting, it can be seen in most northern states. Cool, we would see it every night, Salmon Fella, up in Alaska. Great to see that. A little too early for clowns to come out. Okay. Oop. Let me see here. I'm gonna try. I really don't want to lose the chat here. Where did I do? Let me know if we lost it there for a minute. Try to catch the chats here. My good friend Buzzy. Not that there's anything. I still don't know what that means. Oh my goodness. Hold on, everybody. All right, I'm going to quit reading the chat because I've lost it. We're going to go into the casino now, and after we're done with that, we'll play for a little bit. Then we will go and do a little bit more driving, as I have permission to be out for probably another hour, hour and a half from the lovely Mrs. Cash, who's, I said, I actually have to go out today and do this. She goes, you drove all the way down here to spend time with me, and now you're going to do YouTube. I said, exactly. All right, make sure I got my keys. Look at some cactus on the way in. Then I have to do the hide the camera thing as we go in. So bear with me as we do that. You won the minor here? Cool. This is actually a fun casino. It's a nice place. Again, thank you to the rental car agency for the beautiful Nissan Altima. It's gonna be a little bumpy here. You'll lose visual for a moment as I go in. So if they're still doing temperatures and that kind of a check, I'll have to hide the camera. Otherwise, we'll just go in. We'll find the Keno location where I used to play all the time. We'll sit down there and we will enjoy some Keno live as best as I can bring it to you. And we'll jump back into the vehicle after that and do a little more Arizona. Probably go by ASU again, see how busy it is. Right now, I won't be able to read any chat, so chat nicely amongst yourselves. And of course, the moderators, please take charge. Be nice to each other, encourage each other, and don't be down on a clown. I think that's today's theme. Don't be down on a clown. So I would hold the phone down by my side like this as I walk in. Go back to some of the videos, and it's a little bumpy because of the way I step. But then I'd get all excited and go, oh my gosh, look at the trees, look at the cactus. Look at this really cool stuff they have here. There's a cholla right there, and there's a mesquite. And of course, this is a different type of cactus from the other type of cactus. Then I would duck under this. That way I can pop my back a little bit, and we go over here to the saguaros. Oh my gosh, look at the saguaro cactus, and there's a barrel cactus and the rocks. It's so cool. For some reason, it didn't really catch on as a channel, but the gaming did. Here's some aloe vera, some yucca. Yucca's really cool. And then here's some flowers coming out now on this cactus here. I think this might be a saguaro that's young. Those are saguaro flowers right there. An organ pipe cactus that's not going to make it. Just beautiful stuff. Some lantana. Got some red and yellow and some yellow. All right, here we go. We're going to see if they're checking or if I have to wear a face mask. I'm hoping I do because I like the face mask so I can talk. This is the north entrance. There's no signage. Hang with me. It's a non-smoking facility. Cool. Mask required? Okay. So masks are required inside at all times. Sporting event. I'm not going to show you my ATM this time. No PIN number for you. Still just a $2 fee here. That's pretty cool. Not like these $7 or $8 in Vegas. So today to celebrate, we're going to spend $100 on Keno. We're going to try to leave with $200. Just another 20. There's 3 different Keno banks here. We're going to go to the one in the back. Actually, there's 4 banks. So there's quite a bit of Keno, which is great. I like the one back by the Keno Lounge. Lots of great games here, a lot of fun. One of my favorite non-Vegas casinos. Again, we'll be bumpy for a little bit here until we get over there. Sorry about that. There's the Keno Lounge in the back. And many times I would get distracted here by this Buffalo game right here. But not today. There's a Keno chair open. All right. This is my favorite Keno bank here. Here there were some dividers up. With the dividers up, I can talk more and not disturb the people around me. So welcome everybody. We are live at Casino Arizona. This is one of my machines that I would play when we first started the channel. Put a 20 in and we will pick, let's go with Cleopatra to start. And again, I cannot do chat right now, so chat nicely amongst yourselves. I'm going to do max credits, which is 20 coins. And we're going to go with an 8 spot to start. Hit it. Don't have my player's card. That's okay. I won't be back much. Let's get a bonus here. So close. Using an arm cam right now, I would rest the camera on my arm like this. So sometimes it would drift a bit, and I'd get a lot of hate mail that, hey, you're not on the screen all the time. But it's hard to explain to people that when you're not supposed to be filming. Bring it back in. Single card was fun. What are we doing here? More games. 4-card Keno, Cleopatra. Now we can do 40 coins. We're going to start off with a 10 spot we used a lot. It may drift while I put the numbers in because I can't watch the screen. With a 10 spot over 10 spot over 10 spot. We used to have a lot of fun with this. This is James's numbers that he gave us. Oh, and this would always happen. I get upset because I can't see it and it's slow. Make it faster, do the single view and crank it up. Up next, we're going to use Ron's numbers. There we go. Winner already. Oh, 7 out of 10. Oh my God. Got a 6 out of 10 and a 7 out of 10 on the same one. That's why we like these numbers. So close. Get a bonus now. Oh, come on, bug. That's when we started saying come on, bug, too, because the bug would let us down all the time. With the Cleopatra, you just need 4 numbers to get into the bonus round. There's a 5 of 10 for 30 coins back. 3 already on 2 numbers. There we go. Keep going. Oh, 6 of 10. Loving this machine so far. We're going to get some big money out of it. It's time for my first 10 of 10. We got to get a bonus first. Keep going. There it is. Bonus time on the D. Going to hit that D. Half our bet back so far. There it is. Now we broke even. Let's make some money now. Now we're making money. Yeah, baby, go. Oh. 5 more games, 4 more games, 3 more games. It's going fast. It's in a hurry. 1 more. All right. Nice little win. We did some live back when we first started. 3.5 hours. We would play 3 hours of Keno, then drive for half an hour. Sometimes we'd start driving. Keep going. I'm gonna play these numbers till I quit paying. Sometimes we'd start in here. Double winner. We got A and C. A and C. 2 winners. Let's go now. Big money. Big money. Come on, baby. Jeez, 5 of 10s. 5 of 10 again. 5 more games. $300. $15 winner. Tell me this isn't more fun than the Cleopatra games in Vegas. Great numbers, James. This is before I was a 10 spot guy. James challenged me to play this. We did well. Play a little bit more until it quits paying, then we'll go to Ron's numbers. Ron Parks, a big supporter of the channel, helped me get going with some great challenges. He's a 6 spot guy versus a 10 spot guy. I believe he's still in here. We'll be playing your numbers in a minute. Then we're going to do Excellent Dudes number 52. Just got to get that bug back over there. Alright. Time to change them up now. Ron's numbers. These 6. Followed by these 6. These 6. And these 6. And the middle ones I might have messed up a little bit, but it's all the 6s on the left side. We've hit them a couple times for 6 of 6. Look at that, 5 of 6 on the first one. Ron Parks, 5 of 6 on the first play. Outstanding. Now bonus time. Check out our Keno University videos. We talk about these different numbers and different patterns. It's awesome when they work. When we're doing our 7 out of 7 video, we hit that. This is the new H pattern, which we'll play also. It's no longer a new one because we've been doing it for a while, but it worked at the time. Very good. 80 to go along with. How many did we get in the first hit? 340. 440 on that one. $22 winner. We are live in Arizona at a casino in Arizona. Keep going. Do it again. So close. Break even on that pattern. Winner on the D. The bottom 6. We've hit both the top 6 and the bottom 6, 6 out of 6 when we play Ron's numbers. Thanks for a fun video. Four in a row, now getting it. Wow. It's allergic to them. There we go. Nice. 2 games left. Last one. Very cool. Now we got someone joining us, which would be great. We get to see if there's any winners over there. This is where I sat next to a guy who hit like $1,500 jackpots back to back. Oh, keep going. Oh. We'll do 2 more after this, and we'll change it up to the next group of patterns. Unless, of course, we hit something big. Like this, double win. Oh. First play winner. All right, we change them up. We go with 52. Play all the 52s. So on this one, 52s hit on all 4 cards. Ooh, 1,000. 7 of 10 for 1,000 over there. Cool. Here we go. Come on, D. Ooh, 5 of 8 for 100. Outstanding. So much fun. We have a 5 spot, a 7 spot, and 2 8 spots right now. Three of 7. Come on, C. No? Come on, bug. Apologize again, I'm not able to look at chat right now. We're sneaking in the casino here. We don't have permission to be here. You guys turned it up on 10 spots. 52 is not working for us right now. C. Look at that. I just had to call it. Used to do that quite a bit too. That was fun. Oh, 5 of 8 for 200. Surrounded. People on both sides of us now. One last game. 380, not bad. $52 didn't hit. There would have been nice. Alright, we're going to do the H pattern now. This is the H over H over H. 54 is the number that's in the middle. If you hit the 54, it hits every card. And you have to have 2 other numbers on each card at a time. That way you get 4 in the bonus. Here we go. Trying for 7 out of 7 here. Lots of casino noises. There's 54. And nothing else. Come on, bonus. Oh, keep going. 4 out of 7. Winner. Yay. Out of 7. Live at Casino Arizona. Bonuses are paying. $200. One more. Need that bug to land. See? Lots of chances if you need that last one. One more, then we'll change them up. One more, then we'll change them up. Okay, cool. These patterns, these are some subscriber numbers. So Janice gave us that. Teresa, that. Stevie gave us that. Which one haven't I done yet? The A. We're going to do the 5 back this way. There we go. Nope. Is it a winner? It is. Let's see. That was a fake winner, but it's a real one. Down to very little on our initial purchase. Be nice to hit a 6 to 7 or a 7 to 7 here. Cash or Crash live in Arizona. Come on, big winner. Winning a little bit. Janice's numbers are always good for a win. Outstanding. Another 100 coin win. There's number 80. Come on, winners. Three of 5. Go A all the way. Go A. 5 of 7, 4 of 10, 3 of 5. Fake winner. Five of 7. D. No. This time? No. Alright, so we'll do one more 20. That one lasted quite a while. That was fun. Let's change the game now. Let's go to Caveman. We'll do Caveman Plus. We'll play some of these numbers. There's 5 across the top, 8 here in the corner, this 6, and that's 7. So 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. C. Go C. Oh yeah. Come on. Multiplier. Oh. Oh my goodness. Just need one more of those to hit. Oh man, so close.
Nope.
Still $116.
All right.
America, yeah. Outstanding.
Keeps you playing.
It sure does. Holy cow.
Yep.
Thank you, Caveman. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow, thank you, Caveman. Change our numbers. Holy cow. Caveman Keno with a big win. Let's give it another shot with the Caveman. That was spectacular. That's my first big win with a multiplier in a while. Caveman Keno. If I ever complain about Caveman again, just remember this happened. Go D. Here we have 2 6. There's 1 6 2 7s and a 10. Ooh, 80. Let's go, Caveman Plus.
A couple more on Caveman. I think he's done giving us money. Good thing about this area in the casino for doing this is the music never was an issue here. When we would do our videos, we never had the copyright problems over here. Especially with the plastic dividers amongst the casino or the Keno games, which I really enjoy. Able to talk more, do more videos, have more fun. Appreciate y'all being here. This is a celebration of 1 year on YouTube by playing where we used to play. One more, Caveman. Like any good gambler, now I'm going to cash out at 107. That gets me an original 100 plus my $2 bank fee and a $5 profit. We're going to hold on to that. We're going to use another $20 bill here. So we're going to leave a winner today. We're going to cash for sure today, not crash today. And we're going to play some more now. Let's go to. Oh, we're going to do a different game, but we'll do this one since we're here. What did I do wrong here? A card. There we go. 7 spot, a 5, a 6, and another 6. There we go. Getting the bad view. Maybe that'll win for us. Nope. 10 coins. There we go. One more Caveman, and we'll switch over to a different Keno game. Yeah, it's done. Alright, more games. Let's go to the 4 card. Speed it up. This one we're going to do 52 for a 5. Do this 5 we've hit. We do a floating 5 over here. Then a 7 around the corner. On this one the money goes a lot faster, but if you actually hit something it's worth it. Come on, baby. Winter time. Nope. Nothing. So now I'm going to bet the last 50 cents, and we're going to go to a different machine. I think I've cleaned this one out. Very good. Good luck. We'll go to a different area of the casino. Go back to the beginning where we started. So currently we have the $107 ticket, which I'm not going to cash out till the very end, otherwise I'll spend it. We're going to keep walking because there's nothing to see here. None of these games that are blinky and shiny mean anything to me. Do not stop. Do not play. It's always trouble getting out of this place. There's so many fun games. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday as we relive where we started with our channel. It's been 1 year, starting the 4th of November last year. And we're live on YouTube, and I just can't walk past this one. I'm sorry. I was going to go to the Keno, but this one looks very intriguing. We'll do it a few on here. So it's a $3 game, $1 per, and $7,500 top prize. We just want 3 blue 7s and move on to Keno. Here we go. Double nothing. Oh, come on, baby. Hook us up. Shouldn't have stopped. Can't win if you don't hit anything. Our first row's got to hit. 2 coins left. We're going to go ahead and bet the 2. Spin the reel. Walk away. Wow. Horrible. very discouraging. That's all right, we're going back over here. Got 20 more, then we're going to cash out and go if we don't win. We use this machine right here. We played this one a lot. Good to have you all here with me. It's live at Casino Arizona. This is where the channel basically took off because we come over here and play lots of these games. Do some Super Keno. I've heard about this. I'm going to bet 12 coins. I'll do the 5 across the top. 5 out of 5 is 4,800 plus a 4-timer if you hit the last one with a Super Keno ball. It's not my favorite, or I guess it's the first ball is a Super Keno ball. Definitely not my favorite game, but we'll play it a little bit. Got some Super Keno fans. One more. Alright, we get to do one more since we hit one. Alright, there's Super Keno. More games. Let's do 4 card. Let's go back to this one. Oh, that Sunshine game is over here. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. Alright, we're going to do 8 to start there. Do 6 here. These always hit next to it. And then whatever that is, that's an 8 spot there. Top left corner. Speed it up. Hit them all. Speed it up. Get back in the car in a little bit here. Playing a little bit of games. We get some double winners. Come on now. I'm already looking at the other game. I gotta walk out. Don't play the game. Bonus time, let's go. D, there we go. Definitely not as much fun as that other game was. Last one. I'm going to play it. I shouldn't play it, but I'm going to play it. Shouldn't play it, but I'm going to play it. Alright, here we go. Shouldn't play it, but we're going to play it. It's a stupid triple sparkle. You ready? Here we go. Max credits. Nothing there. There's 1,007 in the Mega. That's the one we hit before. 1,107. There it is. Oh! Do something. Nothing. Oh, brutal. I think that's how I hit it last time. Alright, let's go Mega. Mega. Alright, we just dropped below our 100. Got a winner? No. Let's go bonus time. This is one of those machines that has my number. I should stop when I'm behind. I feel it though, I feel it coming. Do it again. Come on, baby. Maybe not today. Does that do anything for me? No? So those don't turn. Alright, we're walking away. I'm not having any fun. Walking away. Alright, cashing out. See how this works? Alright. game I should have played is over here. Oh, we're gonna winner. Got the explosion game going on. All right, we're just gonna play a little bit here, not much. Just a couple. We're gonna go with the Buffalo Gold, Pelican Pete. All right, we're gonna do 440 bets. Here we go. $1 back. $1.90 back. The winner there. The actual winner made more money than we bet. There we go. 24 bucks. I think we're back to close to our 100. Buffalo. Oops, security, hold on. All right, we're $90. We'll do two more. One more. Ooh, that's nice. All right, we're gonna keep playing a little bit. What did we hit there? All right, 88, so we got one more game. Here we go. Do we have enough for another one? Yes, we do. Stop at 80 bucks. Oh, we got it. Yes. All right, this is fun. This is a lot of fun. Get ready. Sticky Wilds. This is why I love Pelican Pete. Wheel feature. All right. Come on, baby. Super bonus is 212. Come on, baby. Super games. Free games. We'll take the free games. We're gonna end up with our $100 back. Sticky Wilds. Let's go. Gonna have a while to get a Sticky Wild. Do it. Oh, no wilds yet. There's a wild. That'll stay there forever. Need $16 more to make our 100. 7 more games. Let's go. 10's another Sticky Wild. $14.50 to go to break even. Actually, $16.50 with the fees. There we go. Start making some money now. Gets a little faster, a little bit louder. Oh yeah. I was hoping for the sunshine right there, but we didn't get it. $7. 6 games of 10 have been played. We need 4 more. That's nice, except for that guy. So 7 of 10. We're gonna have winners the rest of the way. Not a whole lot of money yet. Is that a winner? 14. So we're do it. Oh. 18. We're last game here. We're gonna give me sunshine. Oh. So 24. So we're up. Look at that. We're gonna cash out. We're gonna have some discipline here. We're gonna leave a winner. We're gonna leave a winner. There's nothing else to see here. Cashing it out. Cash or Crash live at Casino Arizona. Oh, I got a 50-cent voucher. Be out in the car here in a moment. I'll catch up on some chat. Awesome. Got my 50-cent voucher. Can't wait for my voucher. Gotta find somewhere to play it on the way out. So I'll show you where I got busted one time I was here. I went back over here. I was over by the lightning links, and I got nailed real hard because I was holding my camera out. We won't do that today, but this is Casino Arizona, one of my favorite places to go because this is where it all started from. And we will be out to the car here momentarily. I'll catch up on chat. We'll do some more Arizona. Appreciate you all being here, but we got 50 cents. What are we going to do with it? Okay, just one game for 50 cents over here. This seat has seen a lot of Cash or Crash Keno action. Let's go to Keno. We got some Journey on behind us. That might actually be a copyrighted song. Some Cleopatra. And we will hit this. Over here there is a lot of volume. Oh, these are quarters. Well, I just can't play that. I'll put one more 20 in. Just one more 20. We have all 4 cards. 3, 4. There we go. So A, I quick pick the 7 spot there. B, we're going to do 6 like that. C, Teresa's numbers. And D, the H spot over here that did us well. Slow and quiet. So we need to hit something. Got 2 coins back. So we're going to hit the C. More game info. And do it again. All right. Just a couple more games, then we'll get out of here. Come on, B card. Come on, bug. Ooh! 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 What do we win? Not a lot. Sounded like it was more exciting than that. 5 of 7 on the C. Bonus is where the money is. Come on, bonus. Got a winner on the A with the bonus. That's the quick pick. Let's go, quick pick. Come on, quick pick. Do us right. Nice. Oh, 5 of 7. Making money on the quick pick. Outstanding. 34 quarters back. Let's see where we're at monetarily. Have we actually grown? We took our 50-cent card. So we put in 20, 50. We're up $6 more. I'm going to cash out because we're supposed to be walking out the door. Someone's got to get control of the guy who's gambling. You guys are in charge of me. Even though it's got the 50 cents. This game drives me nuts here. Because I would play it all the time. And never win. Then people would sit behind me and hit that. And then I'd move over to it and I wouldn't win. Still have a 50-cent voucher. Come on, money. Keep walking, August Ice. $50 voucher. We're going to keep as a souvenir. The first anniversary voucher right here. We're not going to play anymore because we'll just kiss it away. Outstanding. Going to walk out a winner. All right, we made it out the door. Look at that. That's actual cash right there. It's going in my pocket. Let's see, we're up almost $6. Woo! 6% on one day's action. If you make 6% every day of your life, you have a lot more money than you started with. So then after I would game, oh, here we go. Century plants. For those of you who don't know what a century plant is, this is a desert plant that'll shoot this thing up, and it goes way up into the sky. And then after it's done blooming, the plant dies. It's fantastic. So this right now, maybe 4 feet tall. It'll get up to probably 15, 20 feet tall. Maybe not that high, but it'll bloom and then eventually it'll fall over and die. But they're so beautiful. Don't know if I mentioned it before, but I love Arizona, love Nevada, Alaska, Utah. A lot of great states to travel. Look at this purple cactus right here. Very similar to the prickly pears and the different ones that there are, but it's purple. It's not due to a lack of oxygen. I'm gonna walk through the desert to get back over to the vehicle. We'll head back out on the road here. No McDonald's today. I've been very good on my diet. For dinner last night, I had a salad with carrot sticks and cauliflower, and I cut up some cucumbers. And after I ate all that, I cooked a pizza and ate the whole thing. which is better than just cooking the pizza and the whole thing. That's the rationale and justification. Notice how far away we parked, but it's still a shaded area. It was worth it. Temperature is probably in the upper 70s now, on its way to the mid 80s. And I'll be able to see Chad here momentarily. Okay, so maybe parking far away today wasn't a great idea. That's my tree. Hopefully I didn't lose my keys in there. It's always embarrassing when you have to go back in and look for your keys. Oh, I got it right here. Cash or Crash live in Arizona. We'll be in Vegas tonight, live, when I get back up there after the 6-hour trip. Get back into the rental car. And hello, hey Les, how you doing? Good to see you. You're the first chat I saw when we got back in. All right, it's gonna be bumpy for just a second. Everyone close your eyes. Or take your Dramamine. Here we go. I'm gonna reset it into the holder. We'll put it back in the dash here. And we'll get a couple chats here. How far is it from Phoenix to Las Vegas? My trip is about 6 hours. It's 300-ish miles. Going from Scottsdale, I have to jump out on a freeway, circle the city of Phoenix, go up north, cut across the Carefree Highway over to Wickenburg, through Wiki up to Kingman, through the dam area, and then back in. Not a Tesla. I wish it was. This is a beautiful Nissan Altima. It's got some kick to it, too. I was able to get down here pretty quick yesterday. Welcome, everybody. Good to have you here. We've been on for an hour and a half already. Cool. I will definitely be careful on the roads. It's a fun trip. Let's see. Make sure you put your bills for your back pocket. Yep. Morning to all. Doris, how you doing? Good to see you. Mark, great to see you. August Ice is here. Albert, great to have you here. Excellent dude, of course. Good to have you here as well. I'm no Nick Nimmin, but I appreciate you watching me on a Saturday morning. And try to catch all the chats here as we go. So we're going to head back. About how much money in gas is the trip? Great question. When I drive the 2009 Kia Rondo, it costs me about $80 now each way. When I first started doing it, before whatever naturally happened to screw up the gas prices, because of course it was not political, I could make that trip at about $35, $40. With this car, I haven't even used an entire tank yet, and I came all the way down from Vegas, so mileage on the Kia Rondo must suck, or it's so good on this one, on the new Nissan Altima, that, or it's got a huge tank. Could be any of those. It was a lot of fun playing Keno today. Some of the slots, not so much fun, but we did end up a winner, which is what it's all about. We got a little bit of Keno play, got some money in our pocket, kind of jingle, jangle, jingle. Got to see some Arizona. We'll drive back the other way again. Now this road, I think it's 15 miles per hour. They're serious about it. Gives them a reason to pull people over as they leave the casino bar areas. And you certainly don't want to have that happen to you. Don't want to be driving impaired anyway. But here it's a sovereign nation. This is not Arizona. This is not the United States of America. We are on the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community. And it's their laws, their rules, and you need to respect them, because if not, they will let you know what they are. They'll enforce them. That's how they keep their community awesome. Scottsdale Community College, the Fighting Artichokes, located on this Indian community. Their mascot, of course, the Fighting Artichokes. It's almost like Long Beach State has the Dirt Bags for their baseball team. Sky, a little bit of haze in the sky. Could be pollution, could be dust. It is a Saturday, so it's not very much the exhaust of everyone going to and from work like it used to be. It used to be really bad here, but like a lot of good places, they've cleaned it up as much as they can, but the dust does blow through. We get haboobs every once in a while. I'm a big haboob fan. It's a big dust storm. It comes in off the desert, covers the entire area, chokes everything out. They're fun to watch from a weather perspective. They're horrible on your vehicles, your lungs, your house, everything else, but spectacular. Exactly. Well,
what I like about the Native American communities is that it's like traveling to another country, but yet we're all, at this point in our lives, as friendly as we can be with each other, and they provide great services and also certain discounts. If you're a tobacco fan, you can save some money there. If you're a gasoline fan, sometimes you save money there. Look at that great Arizona driver there. We got a race going on. It's a race. Let's see who can wreck who. Awesome. We are headed now back towards Tempe. We got the Arizona State, Washington State football game on today at noon, so within 2 hours. I'm going to jump westbound on 202 here. Head back towards Phoenix a little bit. Coming up to the 202, this is the 101 north-south I was on, connecting to the 202, which cuts through Tempe. The desert race, exactly. I'm gonna do a little more here, then I have to head back, pack up, take my wife shopping a little bit. We like to go to the Asian store. There's a H-Mart here with some great deals on it. And then I'm gonna head back up to Vegas, get up there, get situated. Then we'll go live on Saturday night before Halloween on Fremont Street, possibly the Strip, or the Strip, possibly Fremont Street. We'll see where we end up parking. I will drive through Mill Avenue, yes, definitely. If anyone's ever been to Mill Avenue, you know what it's all about. It's the party strip for ASU. Of course, all the students go back to their dorms early so they can finish their studies before their class the next day. I know I did. I used to DJ at a place here called the Devil House, which was the Sun Devil House, the mascot of the university, which became Club Rio. And it was like 5,000 square foot dance floor, massive fog machines, light shows, music. We would have 3 DJs working a night to keep the party going. And that was what I really did at college. I don't think I really told my parents what my job was, because I got it through the university radio station. And so I think I just told them I worked at the university radio station. I did the night shift. And I'm sure when I came home smelling like dried beer and smoke, they probably could realize, oh, traffic is completely stopped here. What's going on? Let's exit this part of the freeway, and we will circle around. I know I work around here. I appreciate that. I've done probably more radio work than anything in my life. I could probably hotel probably more than radio, but I love broadcasting. I love radio. Would love to do that for the rest of my life, because you get to sit there and announce the next song. You have all these other artists doing great things, and you get to take credit for it. I used to do stand-up comedy back in the day when it was, the 80s back then. And part of what I would do is announce things. So, it was kind of like improv, but it was give me a situation, a place, who's there, what's going on, and then I'd do a impromptu announcement. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's wedding, where we've got Bob and Jane gonna hook it up. That kind of a thing. And it seemed to work and get a little bit of traction, but it wasn't going to take me to Star Search or anything. This is Curry Road. It's going to be a workaround. We should go through Papago Park on the way and see if we can't cut over on Mill. It's a good chance we'll get tied up in traffic, but that's okay. Where's everybody watching from? I haven't had a chance to really check out. So real live content, where are you watching from? I know where some of you folks are. Some in California, some back east, some up north, some in Canada. I gotta get the air conditioner on. Looks like we're starting to lose signal due to heat. All right, the screen, it's the new iPhone 13 Pro, and it just kind of turned dark. You're actually in Tempe? Oh, cool. Very cool. That's not traffic. This is a knife. Now the traffic probably heading towards the stadium is going to be pretty bad. Eastern Oregon, cool. Eastern Oregon, I gotta get the name right. In Pendleton, there's a casino there. I forget the name of the casino, but there's a huge casino in Pendleton, Oregon. And we would drive from Salt Lake City to somewhere in Washington, Oregon for baseball for my son's college baseball team. We would always drive through Pendleton, Oregon. so I could play at that casino. I hit 2 massive jackpots on their Sun and Moon progressive machines there, so I love Pendleton. Los Angeles, of course, yep. College Road, might be the one. I'm gonna make a left here. Sorry, guy behind me who's mad because I drove like that. This is not the one. This takes us into the park. Let's see where this takes us. This might get us over by the river. SRP Town, Marina. Sorry, I can't even see. Lake Paths. Beautiful day to be outside here in Arizona. Wild Horse, yes, exactly. Coming down the mountains from Utah and from Idaho is forever to get to Wild Horse, and it was impossible to not speed and to want to go faster. But it's a forever switch back and forth as you come down. So beautiful though. Oh my goodness, those mountains. Trees, nature. Nature's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go under a bridge here that I didn't know existed. Oh, this is the freeway bridge. Again, if we lose signal, I apologize, but we will get you back as soon as I can. Not afraid of driving through a barricade or something to get the signal back. That's the most important, not car safety. Tempe Town, Lake Marina. We'll go this way and do a U-turn. I've never been here before in my life. Overhead power lines keep mast lowered. Must be for watching boating activities. Yeah, you can drive a golf cart across. That would be cool. Oh man, this is great. Look at this. This is where it's at. This is where you rent the boats and the sails and the water wings and the beer. I don't know if you get beer over here. This is real cool. Scooters, some wild mesquite trees. We're going to pull in over here and briefly view this, and we'll keep going. Look at that crew. Ah, so nice. State Farm over there, look how big they are. That's the football stadium is directly across over there between the State Farm and State Farm buildings. I don't see anybody in there yet. There's nobody in the seats. It's a noon game, so maybe they wait for an hour before the game before they let people in. That top left corner there, one time I got my father some tickets. I got him unreserved standing room only tickets. Not reserved standing room only, but unreserved. And we ended up in that corner, and he's never let me pick the tickets ever since. Nice little park here, just tucked in. This used to be a scrub wasteland river bottom that was never wet, except for a few times a year when they had to drain the dams upstream. And they've really turned it into some nice real estate. Really appreciate y'all being here as we celebrate 1 year on YouTube. This is where it all started. I'm trying to read. That's State Farm corporate office. That's probably call centers or okay, yeah. No, that's just processing centers and claim centers and all that. Yep. Let these guys go back under the bridge, get back on that other road, up and over the hill. Appreciate the little side tour there. That was neat. This is Papago Park, great for hiking, biking, walking. It's another great park in Arizona. There's so much natural spaces within the cities here on purpose. Yes, exactly, memory lane. Someday we'll have the full-on memory lane. Maybe I'll write a movie. Way too many things happen that nobody would believe. Fortunately, there's photographic evidence. I was never the guy, I was never the person or the place to go to, but I was always with those people when I was here. I somehow latched on to a cool group of acquaintances, not friends, where I would end up in situations that you could not believe, and that I could not tell my parents because I was using their money to go to college. I have plenty of gas, thank you very much. I'm under a half tank, which I filled up in Nevada, and I've driven all the way down from Las Vegas to here on this same tank. I'm loving this car. If I ever get a new car, I might get one of these. The Santan Valley, I should run down there, yeah. That's just south of here. Love the Santan. That's really growing up big down there. That was just a dusty, desolate area like all of Arizona at one point. Great infrastructure, great shopping, wonderful homes. And between Tucson and Phoenix, close to Florence. Awesome gas mileage. Right now, we've been driving city streets and whatever, and it's showing an average of 39.9 miles per gallon right now. And I haven't adjusted it since I left Las Vegas. So with all my highway driving and all my city driving here, we're at 39.9 miles per gallon. So it must be in the 40s or whatever up on the freeways, maybe even 50s. And then here in the city, it's a lot lower. Right now, because I'm going downhill, it's 80 miles to the gallon. We just go downhill our whole lives. Think of that. All right, the Tempe Mill Avenue Bridge is not clogged up. We're gonna head that way. This will take us right down to Mill Avenue, where all the restaurants, bars, nightclubs. Yeah, my car is still over in California. I still haven't figured out how to get up and over and do all that kind of stuff and get it. That thing is almost 20 miles to the gallon on a hill down, going down a hill. I gotta get that up. It's actually a 2001 Lincoln Town car. It's a beaut. It's my favorite. It's a boat, but inside is just so comfortable. I think there's like room for a family of 6 to live in it. Arizona State has a lot of great stuff going for it, but it is a party school. Great business. The communication school is why I came here. The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism, and took several courses, got onto the university radio station, DJ'd a lot, worked for one of the local radio stations as a researcher, where we would call people up, we would play 15-second clip of a song, and then they would rate it for us, and that's how we made our playlist. That was on KZZP radio back in the 80s. Mid-80s. Jonathan Brandmeier, who went on to Chicago and a bunch of great places, also was one of the Chicago Bears fans on Saturday Night Live, but he was here when I got here. Dave Pratt, another great radio personality here. Mary McCann, Larry Mack. I mean, so many great personalities here that I worked with when I was here that helped me along. Never have I been that radio guy, but I always hung with the radio people. Kept me working, kept me doing things. Like with comedy, I love writing comedy or embellishing jokes. I enjoyed stage time. I still do some when I can, but certainly that was not my vocation. The business of entertainment is, along with the hotels, which is entertainment. And I've enjoyed my career quite a bit, but this YouTube thing is so much fun. And it's so spontaneous, and I can produce what I want to produce. I don't have to run it by anyone other than following the guidelines of YouTube. Here we are on Mill Avenue. The Park It people down here getting tickets written. All right, maybe we make some money today. So Mill Avenue at nighttime. So when they first reopened after the shutdown for the pandemic, all these bars just said, oh, there was never a pandemic, let's just open. There was no social distancing, no masking, just unbelievable allowing to go right back to the way it was as if nothing ever happened, even though the rules didn't allow for that. And so they all got shut down again by the state, the liquor commissions, all that came in here and just shut everything down in this specific area because of all that. Look at all these people. Then after a period of time, they were able to reopen. Real nice in Vancouver, excellent. Philip, thanks for tuning in. It's an early one for us, but I thought I'd give it a go. We will do live tonight in Las Vegas. But this is where I went to college. I'm sorry, this is where I was enrolled in college initially. I spent a lot of time in Arizona over the years. And I always keep coming back to Arizona. No matter where we've moved, we somehow end up back in Arizona. As a guy who grew up in Alaska, you just can't beat the Phoenix winters. People milling about, so to speak. Surprisingly, the traffic is not as clogged as I thought it would be right before a football game. Cut down on 4th Street here, drive through. This is kind of like the old Town Scottsdale with the shops and bars and restaurants and hotels and apartment complexes, a little bit of everything. But it gives the college students coffee shops to study in or nightclubs to study in. We had some pretty sketchy nightclubs when I was here. It was my favorite. When I first moved here, the drinking age was 19. It's not that anymore. I wonder if we can drive by Sun Devil Stadium. That's it in the front there. That's Sun Devil Stadium. Up there on the left. And I'm going to make an effort to go there. Do I know Bronze Cowboy? Is that a nightclub here? Back when I was here, it was Minder Binders, The Rush, of course the Devil House, a bunch of other stuff here. I'm gonna give it a go here. I'm gonna act stupid like I don't know what I'm doing, like I'm lost. I'm trying to find my niece who goes to college here. That's my story if we get stopped by anyone. I was supposed to drop off her books. Let's see, Saturday, college game day. Arizona State against Washington State. Let's set up some barricades and jackhammer the road. Brilliant. Back here, there used to be a little cafe, and on that fateful morning in 1986, I was sitting there enjoying my morning chili, which I'd have for breakfast, and they announced that the Space Shuttle Challenger had exploded. And we thought it was a joke because on a morning radio show, but we all walked into that little cafe. They had a small black and white TV, and we sat there and just watched for hours the coverage of the Challenger. That was live. All right, we are having to go this way, which is cool. Be very cautious in our drive here. Lots of alumni from this college. I think alumni refers to people who graduated. I'm not sure what the term is for people who just came here to party. I mean, who went to school here. Scottsdale Plaza. Okay, we'll go through there. Oh, the Bronze Cowboy. Okay, I know what you're talking about. We will drive through that area here on our way back to Scottsdale. We may have to roll up the windows here so we don't get any copyrights. Broadcasting live. Oh, it's a big satellite there. Satellite truck. I got some Spanish music going on. Fantastic. We're in a tailgate area. We just turned where we shouldn't have turned. We're gonna have to do a U-turn. This is typical for this kind of a road thing that we do here on Cash or Crash. Maybe we can get through. This is really cool. This was not like this when I went to school here. All the tailgating, there was a lot of vacant land and parking areas near the stadium that we were able to use. And it really wasn't as busy, the games, as they are these days. But of course the Arizona State game was always sold out. That was a tough ticket. I need to do a U-turn here. Hold on. I'm gonna breaking the law. Sorry. That's a cover tune. I won't get copyrighted on that one. A little hip hop going on. Gonna roll it up because I just don't want to get that copyright. So down at this school, they had a comedy club. I mean, a group of us that got together, and that's where I got to work one time that I remember for sure with David Spade. I'm not sure he would even remember it. He was very funny early on. I wasn't, and certainly his career fantastic. But it was here in Arizona, we would do different places. We rented a little theater on campus, or we got it because we were on it was a campus club. But we would do little shows here and there. Places like Greasy Tony's and the Backstage off Broadway and Prankster's Garden Grill. Anywhere they would throw up a microphone, we would go do comedy here in Arizona. And there's a place called Finny Bones down in Phoenix that we would go to all the time. Then they built the Improv. About that time, I moved out and I went up to Denver and did some comedy up there, Alaska, Hawaii, all these different places, and never quite. Oh, you go ahead and run that stop sign. You're fine. You're good. One of these days, if I ever bump into him, once I get like 50,000 subscribers, I'll give him a call and see if he'll come on my YouTube. Is he really 5'1"? I don't know if he's grown or shrunk. He's a smaller statured fella. I would tower over him. I'm 6'2.5". But certainly from the height of comedy, he's much taller than I've ever been. I'm gonna have to do a U-turn here as well. Oh man, did I make a mistake coming in here? So we're gonna do a thing here. No turns, can't go in, don't want to pay. Maybe I can swing around. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna swing around. I'm lost. I don't even want to go to a football game. I'm not a football fan, that's what I'll tell them. I'm confused. It is hands-free. I have to do a U-turn. You find police officers here at ASU. Can I do a officer? Can I do a U-turn? I made a wrong turn. Is it okay to do a U-turn up here? All right, thank you. Now I have permission from a local law enforcement official. I was gonna do it anyway, but you know. Stopped, go ahead. Nice little mall area here with lots of activity. Pedestrians go first, bikes go first. Masked pedestrians go first. This will give me a little space here anyway where I could do the U-turn. Turn. There we go. Look at that. That's a 3-point turn. My grandpa taught me a whiskey turn, which we'll do another time. Where the whiskey... Oh, thank you. Very polite. Thank you very much. Let us market you. Welcome. Welcome to Tempe, Arizona. We are stuck in traffic here at the Arizona State football game against Washington State. Just kind of doing a drive-through, and here we are. Yeah, and the weed, not so much. I guess it's recreational here now, too, so I don't know if that'd be an issue, but you can't drive and do it. Any kind of impairment's bad. You can't be crazy and drive. Well, maybe you can. You let the bike guy go. I got you. You're good. You bet. Have a great day. Good game. Have a good game like you said. All right. Go ahead, guy. And I'm going. There we go. Oh, look. Free parking. Little not cloudy. Shady here because the sun isn't directly overhead. Summertime. It just kind of goes directly overhead and stays up forever. That's why it heats up so hot here. But the angle as the winter comes in, it actually drops down and towards the south. And so there is quite a few shaded areas, which does cool it down. But in the summertime, with all the concrete, all the buildings, all the things that are here now, it's certainly a retention of heat during the daytime and then the radiant heat at night. That's why nighttime temperatures can stay above 100 degrees here. University Drive. Well, I'm gonna make a right and we'll head back down on Mill Avenue and cut across the river again. I am due back. I had permission till 11 o'clock this morning from the person who actually is in charge of all things I do. So we got a few more minutes here to head back that way. We'll head back into Scottsdale. We'll do one more drive through the old town Scottsdale, and we'll wrap it up here in Arizona. Then we'll rejoin you up in Nevada. A place called Las Vegas, for anyone that's never heard of it. It's a town where they allow gambling. We will do that live tonight as well. It's a double live today, and we'll do a double live tomorrow as well. Tomorrow we're going to do live from 5:30 to 7:30 with April Brucker. I'm actually going to avoid that. I'm going to go down another road. April Brucker, America's foremost female ventriloquist, and friend Dwayne Newton will be with us tomorrow from 5:30 to 7:30 live in front of the English Hotel. And then we'll do live out and about in Vegas looking at costumes all night long after that. I'm kind of lost again here now that they've redone all the roads, so hang with me. We'll get over there. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for all being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Most of our stuff is in Nevada, but we venture out, California, Arizona, wherever we go. As I do business trips, we'll go live from those locations. Bring you the world right here. Philip's a Cougar fan. Cool. The Wazoo Cougars. The Palouse Empire Cougars. Favorite part of Pullman, Washington is Moscow, Idaho. They had a pizza place that we used to drive over the bridge to go to on our baseball trips there. They had a mall in Moscow, Idaho. Wazoo didn't have one. That's for farmers only, apparently, Farmer Avenue. Roosevelt, one of these roads will get us across. Beautiful day in Phoenix. Mark, yeah, we were going to go back to Fremont Street. There's a little bit of a drive between here and there. So tonight, once I get back to Vegas, I'm guessing it's going to be a crazy town with the night before Halloween on a Saturday. I'm from Tempe, not Phoenix. So actually, I'm in Tempe. That wasn't a good argument. Yeah, I'm from here. Yeah, that's where I'm from. They've changed it. They've built a bunch of new roads. That's what it is. Todd, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. You're from Seattle. Fantastic. Go Huskies. Lindsay Meggs, who's your baseball coach up there, used to play up in Alaska for the team that we ran in Fairbanks. So I'm a Huskies baseball fan because of Lindsay Meggs. Been to University of Washington several times on business trips. Many of the companies I've worked for are based out of the Seattle area. Redmond, down in those areas. Puyallup is a place where I bought a car one time. Puyallup, Washington. Not a lot of people know about Puyallup. It's fun to say, too. Yeah, their baseball team is always good, definitely. Lindsay was a great hitter. Played outfield. That was back in the early 80s when he played up in Alaska. That's Camelback Mountain in the forefront. The same way that the stratosphere is that center icon in Las Vegas. You see it everywhere you go, and you know which direction you're going. Camelback Mountain is the same thing in the Phoenix area. Very famous mountain. Lots of celebrities and rich people and others lived in that area. Tech titans and motion picture giants. That's where Hogan's hero guy, just lost his name. I'm getting old, but that's where he met his fate. A lot of great movies shot in houses up there. A lot of non-traditional movies that are geared towards a older audience only that might have been seen on Cinemax are filmed up there. How was that for a description? HBO After Dark, that kind of stuff. I've never seen them. I've just heard that. Red Mountain Freeway. I almost got lost there again. All right. Not sure. Yeah, I want to go this way. This is the way I want to go. This is exactly the way I wanted to go. Heading back towards Scottsdale now. Been live for a couple hours this morning. We'll be live a lot more tonight. In between, there's really not a lot I can show because there's no signal on that long drive. That's why I have to record it. I'm going to be playing that. You saw the Blue Feathers last night on Fremont on Sin City? Oh, cool. Thanks, Les. Hopefully I'll run into them tonight. I got to ask them where they get their costume. I was going to dress up as one of them for tomorrow. But if I can't find the costume, I won't be able to dress up. So I need to talk to one of them and find out where they get their attire. Not our typical live. We're doing this one early and in the sunshine. And I'm loving my new phone, the iPhone 13 Pro. Not that I get a credit or any kind of information or money for it. I'm just like, I like it. It has not overheated like the other phone was doing when we do a daytime live. Gonna exit here, take Scottsdale Road. This is one of those places where roads change names. It's city lines. So Scottsdale Road becomes Rural Road in Tempe. Hayden in Scottsdale becomes McClintock in Tempe. And so sometimes you get an address, you know, on Rural Road that's you've been driving on Scottsdale, and all of a sudden it just changes. Not sure if that's the same in many communities. I know they change some names depending on where you're at. Just thought it was interesting here. We didn't have roads long enough in Fairbanks, Alaska to ever do that. Appreciate you being here for the initial drive, the gaming content. We came away a winner. I'm going to use that money to buy an extra special something or other for my wife when we go to H Mart today. She's going to pick a thing of her favorite vegetable, and I'm going to tell her to get a double size, and she's going to wonder, did I hit the lottery? I'm going to be a big baller today at the Asian market. It'd be like a jackfruit is to a kiwi. That's how I roll. The same way if I would have lost everything, we wouldn't go to H Mart today. I would come up with some excuse. The reason the kids can't go to school, I can't afford the rent, can't make the car payment, is because go to the worst part of Vegas, find the nearest Number 70, how you doing? Welcome to the chat and the channel. We're live in Tempe, Scottsdale, and on the Pima, Maricopa, Salt River Indian community. Went to the local casino there, toured it a little bit. Did Mill Avenue. We've done a little Scottsdale. We're going back to Scottsdale to do Old Town. See you tonight, AG. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. It's going to be fun tonight. It's going to be crazy tonight. I'm going to get a couple extra masks just to be safe. I love Arizona. I love bringing it to you. This is where we started the channel. It was right here in Tempe, Scottsdale, Mesa. Have quite a few reviews of the spring training ballparks that we did. Back when I had no idea how to do YouTube. Not that I know everything now, but I know a lot more. I did a lot of short videos. I did a lot of time-lapse driving on the freeways. One of the first things I did was film how there was no traffic on the freeways back in January. And then just kind of documented how it picked up, and the further away we got from the shutdown. And now it's back almost to normal where there's gridlock and anger and all those things you see on freeways. And it was just a neat study on how we came out of the 2020 year into 2021, and then the reemergence of commerce and business and people. And every time there'd be a change in the local ordinances or statewide ordinances or nationwide, you could see how that would affect the people on the street or the cars on the road, how it would affect restaurants. And it's just a documentary of that in small snippets that the folks that are watching this in 2050, 2075, 2121, whatever it is, they can go back, and this is actual history of the United States of America and the world that may or may not be taught at that point the same way that we're witnessing it today. And imagine if we had YouTubers back in the 1800s or the early 1900s to document all those activities, and how textbooks that are written one way or the other, depending on whoever was writing the textbook at the time, may have a different opinion. But when you have a chance to see it for yourself and decide for yourself, that's what it's all about. This Lamborghini, I've followed this guy before a few times. We Pave One is the license plate. Not that we're supposed to show that. Oops, I pay no attention to the license plate. But this guy obviously paves stuff. Maybe paves the way for people by introducing people. Maybe paves the ground, not sure, but whatever it is, appears to be a lucrative business. I have no idea which business it is, but there's obviously a markup. Otherwise, I wouldn't be driving a Lamborghini. That's just putting two and two together there. It's a nice car. It's tough to have those on these city streets here in Arizona because you can't rev it up and go fast. Don't want to get too close because, you know, I'm sure the insurance settlement on that would be spectacular. The tires in the Ford truck in front of it's pretty cool too. Local traffic only street is closed. That doesn't help us. So when they say local traffic, there he goes. There goes the Lamborghini. We're gonna follow him. We're gonna keep up in our Nissan Altima. We're gonna pass him now. Pit maneuver, I'm on it. Here we go. I do look like a cop, so I have the right to do that, right? Let's go, Lambo. Okay, I'm gonna blow past him. You got nothing! How was that? Of course, I waited till I passed him till I yelled it. Street closed, local traffic only. We're gonna cut into something here. There we go. We're gonna make a right here. Well, that's Hertz Rent-A-Car. That's not gonna help us. We're gonna go up here through the... I don't know what we're gonna do. So far, I've been lost how many times? Who's keeping track of how many times I've been lost? Oh, Sky Song. This will work. Good to go. Good to go. I know where we're at. This is a neat little place too. Oh, he just blew past me at 45. Check this out. This is a business park. Lots of great restaurants. I don't know if there's any nightclubs in here. There might be. But a great place in Scottsdale. Shade is a premium in the summertime. They've done a great job here with the shade. If you're looking for the ASU game, we drove through the stadium area earlier. Looks like it's gonna be a fun one. It's Washington State and ASU. We're headed back towards Scottsdale. We're gonna do some Old Town here. And then before you know it, we'll be on Fremont Street in Las Vegas. Just a quick 6-hour time zone difference here between Arizona and Las Vegas. I don't know if I want to go 74th. We'll take 74th. The streets are all on the east side of town and the avenues are on the west side of town. Phoenix laid out in a grid. That was new to me when we first moved here. It makes it real easy to get around. Salt Lake City is a different type of a grid where you give an address like your 2300 South, 7400 West. You don't even give the street names. That was a different thing when we lived up there for 2.5 years. But it made it easy once I figured it out. These are the original Scottsdale homes and neighborhoods. This is where David Spade grew up in a house like this. Not that this is also where Larry Mack and a bunch of my friends were. We'd come out and hang in Scottsdale because it was the rich part of town. I always had friends who had all the toys. They had the campers, the watercraft, the motorcycles, the beach gear. I never had to pay for it, buy the insurance or anything. I would always tag along and be the other guy. Oh, there goes the Lamborghini. He knew a shortcut. Apparently, whatever the appeal was to have me hang around, maybe I was funny. whatever I was that made that group, I was that guy. I was the George Costanza of my group, or the Kramer of my group. But I always got to do the cool stuff because of it. Now on Cash or Crash on YouTube, I get to be this. This is cool. And I also like how we have no agenda. What town do you shop? Oh, what town do you stop between Scottsdale and Vegas? I typically will stop in Kingman because there's a couple of places that have decent gas prices right now, $3.29, $3.30 in that range, and so I'll stop there. Plus, it's a good place for food. But if I need to, I'll stop in Wickenburg and use the facilities. There's a gas station there and a Taco Bell. Wiki Up used to have a great convenience store, and it's the Halfway Point, but that burned down several months ago, so it's no longer around. And they're building so much more between Kingman and the Hoover Dam now that eventually that might be the places that we stop. I'm gonna have to come down here with my wife to the Dutch Bros Coffee. Dutch Brothers, Dutch Bros. Oh, there's a Lamborghini again. You're no faster than I am, sir. You paid a lot more. Look at that. We're going to end up ahead of him at this light. We're one car length ahead. Not that I'm keeping track of there's any competition ever in anything I do. Crossing over on Thomas Road. This takes us into Scottsdale. Probably already were in Scottsdale, but now you get the Scottsdale vibe. There's an express lane to the right here. We're going to take that briefly. That'll take us back by the Giants Spring Training Center, the San Francisco Giants Spring Training Center. Man, I'm having trouble speaking today. I guess it's because I've been talking for over 2 hours. That might be it. My lips are numb. So there's light standards off in the distance. That's the Scottsdale Stadium where the Giants do spring training. Got the Saguaro Resort back here. Some great apartment complexes. Got the new Curio Hotel going in. The W is back over here. On the other side, there's a Canopy, great new hotel with a great deck. Great party place, great views. Scottsdale Stadium, we will drive past it briefly here. And we'll jump back out into Old Town. We did a drive-by review here of this stadium back in the spring. When we started doing our stadium reviews, you couldn't even go into them. They were kind of locked down. They still had pandemic or pre-pandemic information up in the windows for the 2020 spring training season. LL Slots, we were lucky. I did the side of the body camera to get into the casino, and then we just held it in front of me. I always wear a dark colored shirt when I go to the casinos when I'm going to hold the camera in my hand, and then I use my arm cam where I rest it on my arm that I use to push the button to play Keno. It does move quite a bit more than if you do a gimbal or this holder that I'm using here in the car. This little orange and yellow flower to the left, that's the Mexican bird of paradise I was talking about earlier in the video. It's different than the tropical bird of paradise. And those are so beautiful and they grow so big, and I try to grow them everywhere I go. I'm like Johnny Appleseed for seeds for that plant. I throw them any of the southern communities, southern states I travel. I always throwing those seeds around because I love them so much. Here's Old Town Scottsdale. Gilbert Ortega, famous artist and procurer of art, has several galleries here. There's a farmer's market today, very cool. I will not mention that to my wife or we'll have to come over here. If I would have been a better person today, I would have turned this off an hour ago and went and got her and we would have come to the farmer's market. But since I just learned about it and I have to get back to Vegas, there's no chance today, right? We'll do it next time. I'll be down next week, we'll come here. Apparently it's every Saturday. If you haven't joined the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. Had no idea we'd ever get to this point, and I really appreciate everyone's support. Again, thank you, Ron, for your 6 spot. I hit 5 of 6 on that, went into the bonus. That was fun. Of course, James's 10 spots started us off. Good times. That last little bit of quarter Keno was fun. So nice here, so pleasant. Got some live music over here as well. I'm going to pick this up. Got an accordion band. Street performers in Scottsdale, just like in Vegas. Haven't seen an accordion in Las Vegas, so if we were doing driving tour bingo, accordion, someone would have accordion. All right, let's go ahead and put this back over here. Oh, I always hit the windshield wipers when I do that. Guys taking surveys, cool. And that was a full stop, right? So it's just like any kind of city center. This has been here for 100 years. Hopefully that's not in the cars. No, the cars don't play that song. Oh, that was interesting. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So our live stream the other day, there's like Fleetwood Mac, the Beatles, the Cars. There's probably, well, I don't even know the number, but there's so many bands like that they immediately shut you down. Their copyrights are so strict. Look at that Bird of Paradise plant right there. And those seed pods, I always collect those. And that's what I use to distribute those brown seed pods right there. I'll pick them, gather them, then I take them around. Sorry about bumping around there. But I was trying to get away from the Cars song, and then I got shut down. And so that's why I got to be up in my musical knowledge of a lot of these tunes, so we can get out of the harm's way. Fortunately, most of those cover bands don't play that music, but the intro to that Cars tune, and I forget which one it was, but because there's no singing, they don't know it's a cover band, and they immediately shut it down. So we lost our video, and we lost, I think, our audio, and then it just shut it off. And that was very interesting. We didn't go live yesterday on purpose because I didn't want to push it. And then today we're live and it's working, so I feel good. We didn't have 2 shutdowns in the same 24-hour period, which is what happened the week before out on the Fremont Street, and it took us almost 72 hours to get turned back on. It's crazy, but it's their music, it's their artistry, and they want to get paid for it, and that's how they control it. It's just a little frustrating when you're trying to not show it. Maybe I should carry some music with me, like a little handheld musical thing that I can hold close to the phone to override that type of music. Is this the bronze cowboy we're talking about up here? I think this is the statue we were talking about. Right here in Old Town Scottsdale. When we first started doing the channel, we'd drive through here and there'd be 3 or 4 cars only. There'd be no business going on, nobody's open. You kind of keep walking. Yeah, this is the bronze cowboy. Here's one of them. There's another one. I think it's to the right. We'll make a right here. But just artwork everywhere. This is kind of what we're going to be doing at the English Hotel in the Arts District. We're going to have all kinds of art. Local artists putting stuff out because it's so much fun. The rotation around Fremont has been saving us. We're going to do no more than 7 songs in a row. And what happens is I get enthralled with videoing all the action, and I forget and I don't count. And so maybe we can have somebody counting songs in a row for me so I don't get burned. But when the dancing's fun and the people are crazy and the music's good, sometimes I forget to move on, sir. But we will do more and more of that. We bring you live Las Vegas. This is First Avenue, guy jaywalking. You go ahead, we'll call him Jay. Cross Indian School, get up towards 5th Avenue, Scottsdale. They have some fine jewelry stores here and some not so fine jewelry stores. Huge mall up here, the Fashion Square Mall. If you were around watching YouTube back in, it was Memorial Day of last year. It was I don't want to use the word. There was a gathering of folks, and somehow some windows broke, and people politely and kindly entered the building to make sure nobody was in danger whatsoever, and certainly didn't take any products that didn't belong to them. It was a peaceful group of people that were surrounding the mall at that point to keep it safe. Wink, wink. But anyway, that's where one of the Paul brothers had gone into it to film and was arrested, allegedly. And then I don't know whatever happened. I think it was dismissed because he was a media personality covering a story. But that was in this mall up here back Memorial Day a year ago. Here's Fifth Avenue, Scottsdale, the famous Fifth Avenue. Many movies and stories and shows and songs and Glenn Campbell and everything come from Fifth Avenue, Scottsdale. Here's the other cowboy, or the fountain with all the horses. A lot of wild Mustangs used to run in this area before all the settlement, and there's still tons of Mustangs and wild horses in Arizona running in the wild. There's a lot of communities that have been sectioned off. They are sanctuaries for wild horses, and this is a tribute statue to that. There's still so many untamed areas in Arizona, a lot of just nature and wildlife and beautiful areas in the mountains to the east and the north, the deserts, fantastic. I'm gonna go left. This is another fork in the road. We can go right or left. I'm gonna go left. Let's see what happens in my life from now on. I could have gone right and everything would have been different. I'm hoping I chose wisely. From Indiana Jones, choose wisely. That's a sweet ride there. Outstanding. Go ahead. Okay. There's just something about Arizona. It's just different. It's nice. I mean, both Arizona and Las Vegas are warm in the winter. Las Vegas can get colder than Arizona because it's more north, but both places can snow. And when it snows in Arizona, they shut the city down 2 days before the snow and 3 days after. There's absolutely no cold weather equipment here. There's no reason for it. Back to Scottsdale Road. We keep weaving in and out of Scottsdale Road. Yes, by code, most everything is below 2 stories. I hear Tom Petty off to the right. I'll cover that up real quick. I think most of Tom Petty's songs are okay. I did get a sharing copyright on the ones the other day with the cover band. But there's also light pollution ordinances in Arizona that you have to have downward shooting ballards when you put in light, because the sky pollution, there's so many stars and moons and sunshines and spaceships and things that you can see. Plus all the aliens come to Arizona and you couldn't see them with light pollution. We're about, where I'm at here, about 6 hours from Vegas, including stops. And so it's not too bad of a trip. I don't mind driving it. I know it, I don't want to lie, maybe 200 times I've driven it, maybe more. And so I know every corner, every police hangout, every traffic hazard, every time they upgrade the roads, that kind of a thing. So I feel very comfortable driving it, even at night, even though I don't like driving at night. Here's the mall here to the left, the Fashion Square Mall. This is the corner of Camelback Road and Scottsdale Road in Scottsdale, Arizona. One of the most famous addresses in the world. It's like Hollywood and Vine or anything in Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive. Very similar vibe, very similar prices, very similar approach to the clientele and the people that come here for vacations. Gonna run a yellow here. The light was yellow. The Scottsdale Film Festival coming up. November 5th through 12th. Not as big as some of the other film festivals, but they're trying to grow it. Are you asking if I'm just here for a fun trip? I actually live part-time or half the time or some of the time, I don't even know how to say it, here in Scottsdale. My wife works for a company that requires an Arizona address. And so since I've just started working in Vegas again, she's going to work out our current lease here in Arizona, and then we'll try to find something, but it's too good of a job to give up. And eventually she'll move up there, or I'll get transferred to the moon for my next job, who knows what. But I love coming down on the weekends. Since my car is stuck in California, I've been driving her car, and so it's my responsibility to come down, buy groceries, take her around, do all that kind of stuff now. So that's my weekend trips. That's why I'm down here. And then I'll head back up to Vegas for work. And if you have to go somewhere, I mean, that's why I married someone from Hawaii. So if I have to visit in-laws, why not Hawaii? And if you have to go somewhere to do something like this, why not Scottsdale, Arizona? I'm gonna pull in here for a moment. We're gonna flip this around and we'll do the car thing. Thank you so much for being here. Join me later. We're gonna be in Las Vegas on Fremont tonight. We've done 151 minutes here, including some gaming. Been a lot of fun for me. Hope it's fun for you. We got to see Arizona State, Scottsdale, Tempe, freeways, Phoenix, all that. Really appreciate your support. If you haven't hit the like button, please do that. It's a thumb up thing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. We are live all the time. Gaming content, people content, that's what we do here. It's because of you and your viewing that's got us to this point. This is my 1-year anniversary coming up on the 4th, which is Thursday next week. And I just wanted to kind of relive what's going on here. So this is where it all started. Thank you, Guy, for your support and making me do this. Thank you for my wife for supporting me. My kids have been very supportive and very in tune to what's going on and giving me tips on how to be more successful. And of course, all of you, your feedback, all the things that you did to help me get here. I just really, really, really appreciate it. Everyone be safe. We will see you later on today up in Las Vegas. It's been fun. This is Steve in Arizona, and we will see you later on Fremont Street. See if I can turn this off without breaking something.